Hi guys, and welcome to the Planet Golf videos. My name is Leslie Grande and I'm talking to you from Centurion Country Club in South Africa. I'm standing here by the hole number 10. Today I'm going to talk to you about bump and runs. For me, these are one of the easiest shots you will have in the bag, and they can take you out of a lot of troubles if you have the basics right. So today I'm going to talk to you in very detail of all these basics. I hope by the end of the video you are going to be able to master these shots. Before I go any further, I just want to clarify when you can use your bump and runs. Just like the name says, we want to run the ball, so we would need enough space to let that ball roll to our target. In the situation I am here, I have about 20 yards of green to work with, and I have about 10 yards of fairway to work with. So that is a perfect situation where you can use your bump and runs. One thing that is going to be very key is your choice of club. We are always making it complicated for us most of the time by using our 60-degree wedges for these shots or our 56 or 54. No, guys, let's try to keep it simple. Take a less lofted golf club, and that is going to make the job much easier for you to roll that ball for your bump and runs. For this case, I'm going to use a 9-iron. Should be just perfect for this shot. The basics. Point number one, let's talk about stance. Stance, it's going to be very simple. Let's keep it narrow and slightly open the left foot. The reason is narrow because we want stability in our lower body, and open the left foot because we want not to restrict our lower body in the follow through. So narrow stance, open the left foot. One thing you must be very careful with is to make sure you do not open your shoulders when you do that, because that is going to favor a swing that will be along my shoulders, which will be out to in, and that in turn is going to favor a chunky shot where the heel hits the ground first. That is it about the stance. So narrow, open the left foot, but keep your shoulders square to your target. Next point, it is going to be about ball position. Ball position somewhere in the middle, not too far back, not too far forward. I say somewhere in the middle, and if there's anything you want, just to put it slightly back, but keep it inside your right heel. Why not too far back? Because that is going to be favoring a steep angle of attack, and the club will just get stuck in the ground. And if we have it too far forward, then we'll have to somehow catch up with a hand pull like this, and that is just going to be inconsistent. So keep it somewhere in the middle of your stance. If there's anything, just slightly back, but inside your right heel. Next point, let's talk about distance to the ball. This one is very important. I said I was using a 9-iron here, so you'd see that if I address my 9-iron normally, that is how it should sit on the ground. You'd see the shaft angle is like this. But for bump and runs, I'm just going to take this shaft a little bit more vertical. And from there, it's going to take me closer to the ball. I said normal address, shaft more vertical, taking me closer to the ball, forcing me to grip shorter. The reason for that is because taking the heel off the ground is going to help us have a smooth strike through the ball. Make sure the club goes through, does not get stuck in the ground. It is very, very important to have this thing right here. So a thought that can help you set up your club properly is to have your heel off the ground. Imagine that you want to slide a coin under the heel of your club. That should work all the time. So whatever club you're using, take the normal address, take it a little bit more vertical, closer to the ball, grip down. Imagine you want to slide that coin under the heel. The other point we are going to talk about is our body setup. A lot of amateur golfers and higher handicap golfers have this wrong, because we have been told that our spine must be tilted when we play golf, right? Any shot. But bump and runs, no. Mostly your shorter clubs in the bag, you don't really want to create any spine tilt. Because what is that going to do? If we have too much spine tilt for these shots, it's going to change the bottom of the arc of our swing, is going to move back. So that is a game of catch up again. So make sure your shoulders are more or less level. It will not, they won't be level really, because your grip, the fact that your right hand is lower, that is naturally going to create a little bit of a tilt in your shoulders, but don't do it purposely, because that is going to change, I said, the bottom of the arc of the swing. So it's going to favor duff shots. You're going to hit the shot fat. If I recap in the setup, we said narrow stance, open the left foot, make sure your shoulders are not open with, and we talked about the ball position somewhere in the middle of your stance, if anything just slightly back but not outside the right heel, and ball distance to the ball. We stand closer because we want the shaft to be more vertical, and we grip down for better control. And then for our body, we want to make sure our shoulders are not too much tilted, because that is going to change the bottom of the arc of the swing and favor fat shots. Now we went through the setup. Let's talk about the swing itself. What do we do once we have this setup right? We just want to have a pendulum strike. You guys must think putting stroke. You must think straight back, straight through. But one thing that is going to be key when you do this, just like in putting, we do not want to use any wrist here. So we want to keep our wrist very inactive. We just want, once we are set up, we want just to have a putting stroke. Straight back, straight through. And like I said earlier, let your lower body release with the club. So another thought that should help with that is keeping the triangle between your hands and both shoulders. So it's going to look something like this. Once we are set up, straight back, there's my triangle, straight through. If I want to keep this triangle, I have to turn the rest of my body with it. If I don't, it will look like something like this. And then if I don't follow through with my lower body, but I want to let the club through, then I'm flicking the wrist, and that is inconsistency. So that's about it. Try to practice these shots. Try different clubs in the bag. You will see that in a very short time you can actually have much better control of these shots, and your misses with these shots will always be better than the same miss you will have with your 60-degree wedges, your lob wedge, and your sand wedge, and so on. So I'm going to hit the shot here so you'll see how it will look like. There, narrow stance, I'm opening my left foot, my shoulders are square to where I am aiming, and then I'm just going to take the club a little bit higher, so there I'm closer. Then I'm just going to go straight back, straight through. That is inside 1 meter, so less work to do for the putt. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to our channel for more instructional videos like this in the future, and please follow us on your favorite social media. We are on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram. See you guys soon.